Alright, I'm tired of my friends calling me a cheapskate. Listen, it's time that I explain why I'm cheap on the things that I'm cheap with. This is going to be a fucking good one. It's probably going to hit home with you. I'm out here in San Diego today, and sunny San Diego. And anyway, out here enjoying the beach. I get to the rental car place after I flew in today, and there was like this yellow Chevy Spark. Now, I'm all for people supporting the American economy by buying Chevy and stuff like that, but this is not a car that I would even trust my 16-year-old, if I had a 16-year-old, to drive as their first vehicle. It's like a go-kart. That's it. It's just like go-kart, right? I can't even give you like a metaphor. It's a fucking go-kart, right? But again, I go to the rental car place. I'm like, give me the cheapest car you got. I should expect it, that they would give me like a go-kart that smells like cigarette smoke, right? The next thing is, you know, I get to this hotel, I use hotel tonight. I rented a $100 a night hotel. I flew here to San Diego on Spirit Airlines, which we all know is like a really super cheap airlines. Unless you don't know what you're doing, they will fucking get you with them bag fees if you don't know how to handle it. The bottom line is I've learned to be cheap because the transportation part of travel is not what's important to me. It's the reward of where I'm going. If I'm going to show up here in Ocean Beach, San Diego, and enjoy my day, having lunch and a couple of drinks by the beautiful Pacific Ocean, right, then I'm not so much worried about if I have to suffer a little bit during the transportation to get here. So if I have to go on an airplane that doesn't recline back an inch or two, right, which is really all you get, unless you go in first class, that's not really my thing anyway, or a hotel that offers all this immaculate services that I'm not going to use because I'm going to go get drunk on the town, and I'm going to show up and I'm just going to go to sleep in my hotel room, right? What's that? Red team go? Oh, anyway, so I'm just going to go to sleep in my hotel room, so that's not really something that's important to me anyway. My friend Kate Buck, you know, she used to comment on my post. She's like, you're so cheap. You make all this money, but yet you complain about $100 here or $100 there. But listen, I'll gladly give some people $50,000 to $100,000 for some of their services, right? But at the same time, if something costs me an extra $40 that I'm not interested in, like a hotel room or whatever, it's just not my thing. I don't waste the time on it. Because to me, it's about the reward and the end result that matters. So if I got to suffer, it's kind of like a job. You know, you finally get to the top, you become the top producer in your job, and you make all this money. You forget that during the transportation phase, right, when you were transporting yourself from the bottom to the top producer, you had to go through a little bit of hell, right? It wasn't comfortable. So when I come out here to something like traffic and conversion to meet people and connect with people and make a little money, it doesn't bother me to suffer a little bit during the transportation phase. It keeps me humble. It also reminds me, even though the fact that I don't want to pay for the shit anyway, right? But because it's not important to me, but it keeps me, it reminds me of the struggle that we face, right? To get to the ocean, I have to go through the cheapest airlines, the cheapest cars, things I would never be caught driving around in Dallas. And there was a time, honestly, when I couldn't have driven a piece of shit car like this. Not even kidding you. There was a time when that wasn't possible because my ego wouldn't let me like really, wouldn't let me roll around in something like that because I feel like people judge me, they think I didn't have money. But now there's a time in my life where I'm confident enough and don't give a fuck enough to where it doesn't really matter. And like I said, the end result is the reward of showing up here at the beach and to the internet marketing conference that I'm going to versus the reward being the travel, right? So many people say, I wish I could travel more often. Well, quit buying first class plane tickets and fucking penthouse fucking suites and then take 6 normal vacations a year instead of 1 fucking luxurious. You ever thought about that? Right? You're spending your money like so many people. They want to go to school and get all the knowledge, but then they don't want to go through the implementation. They want the transportation part to be the good part instead of the reward being the result. So think about that, right? Are you in an entitlement zone right now where you feel like you should be rewarded for the transportation that you're making in your business? I should already be rewarded. I'm transporting from the bottom to the top. I'll never reward myself with transportation. I'll only reward myself from the results that I have. That's what's important, right? It's not how you got there or how luxurious of a ride it was. Very few CEOs and successful entrepreneurs say it was so fucking easy to get here. It was beautiful. It's like I was flying Delta Airlines first class sipping bubbly. Right? Now they tell you about the struggle. And I just relate a lot of things back to the struggle. That way it keeps me humble, it keeps me fresh, it keeps me hungry. Something you should think about. The struggle is real. Fuck transportation. Cheap bastard. That's what I am. I'm gonna go get in this goddamn yellow Chevy Spark and fucking roll around San Diego like a boss, bitches.
You want some shit, man?